Hi everyone, I just found a new website that I saw from a video I saw my recommended on YouTube. If I find that video again, I'll put the link in the description. This will be in the link in the description. It's also at the top of the screen. It's about changing historical events, and I guess the website tries to predict future events or whatever. List of your cronies, that's like the high scores and karma scores and stuff I checked. Industrial Revolution. Steam engine, electricity, the founding of factories capable of creating objects in large numbers, transportation accessible to all, the rural exodus are profoundly changing the Western world and sowing the seeds of capitalism in a different world, more productive, more polluting, and like man, capable of the best and the worst. So, if I do either, like a... don't know. Prevent industrial revolution or nationalize the factories, don't know. Become a political advisor at the highest level. You warn the leaders of the most powerful nations of the rising force, the captains of industry. One day, perhaps, explain yourself, companies will be more powerful than countries. Prophecy is not without listening, and powerful in this world de facto nationalize any capitalized enterprise, creating a modern industrial form of serfdom and feudalism. Uh-oh. You've changed the past, what's going to happen? I learn about feudalism and stuff. What's this? Yeah, definitely negative. Isn't it? We'll discover... okay, some more stuff you can change. Creation of capitalist nations. The slave revolution in Haiti is repressed in blood and it becomes the first prison territory. Creation of the status workers slave with possibility of postage to third generation. Some way more slavery stuff. Karl Marx leads proletarian revolution. Confederates crush the Union in the USA and the sign of the First Amendment to the Constitution, the freedom to own and use slaves. Southern chains, the European powers reduce slavery in more than 60% African population. Forces of communists seize the Kremlin. Russia becomes communist. Still well in the negative, about the same. Just a minute. Wait, why did I do that? Okay. If it doesn't... Discovery wheel on a global scale. Pre-Columbian Army, North America. Vikings are massacred by pre-Columbian Army. War between Maya and Spanish in North America. Peace treaty between England and Mayan Empire. I don't want to do good things or bad things in this one. I don't know. I'll do a good timeline and a bad timeline. I'm going to have 15 minutes to each. I don't know. I don't actually know, but I'll try with intent for whatever. Okay, I saw this one on the video so I'm going to click the other option. Black Death is mysteriously contained. European medical revolution and demographic transition. The Ottomans were crushed at the Battle of Constantinople. Like, the other option didn't make sense. Like, especially when it clicked on. You could see the other video if it's in the description. Waves of massive emigration from Europe to the Americas. English occupy the entire east coast of America. Holy Roman Empire occupies all Asia Minor. Europe has 2 billion inhabitants. Human population exceeds 10 billion in 1971. Don't know. I feel like this is a nuclear. Don't know. I'm gonna try and do a bad one and a new one. Tri-City. Yeah. Nuclear war. I think. So I'm gonna go down to thermonuclear war. Okay. America becomes an irradiated area. Washington moved the resilient aircraft carrier. Rest of Russia becomes uninhabitable, and the population takes refuge in Siberia. Pact of Paris is torn apart by Russian authorities. Annihilation of Vietnam by atomic bombing. Voyna flight launch platform in orbit. Destruction of Voyna by the Apollo mission. The beginning of space wars. Europe forcibly imposes a peace treaty between East and West, launch the Earth 2 space program to flee an increasingly radiated Earth. Invention of microchip. So nukes plus microchips. So it did. Discovery DNA. Annus mirabilis of electronics. Massive distribution of personal computers. This is after the nuclear war. This is during it. Web 2.0 monopolizes 30% of world's economy. First IA for regulating societies. Juno, first conscious AI, establishes a documentary with humanity in 1995. Attack on service around the world by anti-AI terrorists. Iron Age. Yeah, to get to the nukes and the AI and stuff. Beginning of the Steel Age, Roman Empire conquers the world. Alexander the Great becomes Emperor of Rome. The Qin Emperor reigns over Rome and the world. Roman Empire divided by religion. And it goes to... mention a radio. I don't know what most of these are. Interstellar radio. Or prevent... Yeah, if we're trying to flee Earth, well, it travels at the speed of light anyway, so the speed of light is pretty slow in astronomical terms. But it might lead to something else. Nations of the world unite to create SETI program of communication with aliens. Declaration of war of an unknown race of Proxima of the Centaur abruptly puts an end to the world war. That's good, but does it cause like an invasion or something? So no nuclear war, or no to the world war. Russia proposes to create a universal alliance to fight the Centaurians, the Shield. Adolf Hitler founds Party of Collaboration with the Centaurians. Party of Collaboration with the Centaurians demands survival of the Third Reich in the exchange for the rest of planet Earth. Oh. Arrival of the Centaurians, they're in fact fairly poorly armed. The Earth crushes the Centaurian fleet in one day. Creation of Earth counterattack space fleet composed of single vessel, so nuke stuff still happens. Peace treaty between Earth and Proxima Centauri. Beginning of interstellar tourism. Internet 1961. I think it's AI, not IA. First marriage between a Centaurian and an Earth woman. Earth Centauri alliance receives a declaration of war from a race unknown to Sirius. Let's see what else there is. I have like a few more minutes for this one. Actually might not go to 6:15 because I want it to be under half an hour. It's at 6:10 right now. Okay, Mesopotamia, whatever. So, yeah, the Sumerians reign over humanity. Yeah, it's never been up like past 10,000 yet, or down below negative 10,000 yet. Uruk becomes large city in the world. Construction of Great Pyramid, Vanki. So it's before. Is this before the Egyptians? Don't know. Well, it's not Giza. I don't know if they could exist. I don't know if they exist at the same time. Sumerians crush Greeks. 200-year war, and then it becomes a Roman colony. Alexander the Great is repulsed by Babylon. Anything changed here? No. Maybe I'll do something more recent then. American War of Independence. Yeah, this doesn't look like a very, extended independence to Europe would be good, but since there's nuclear war and all that sort of stuff and more threats from Interstellar, maybe it'll make things a bit more chaotic. Or would the other way more be chaotic? Because it said extend independence into Europe. I mean, it still kind of happened just later. And probably not to the extent that this one would be. Don't know. Any pink thing. Europe's made the Yorktown insurrection. British Crown names America West Britannia and conquers Latin and South America. Buckingham Palace is transferred to New York. Britannia and West Britannia crushed the Third Reich in a 6-day lightning war? What is that? West Britannia made the Indian insurrection. India becomes East Britannia. So then there's the aliens and the nukes. Al-Qaeda destroyed Buckingham Palace. Okay, let's do another timeline. Should I just continue? Did I do one timeline? No, I'll do a new timeline. And I'll do that for like another 10 minutes or so. Albert Einstein discovered EMC square. Within a few months, Einstein turned theoretical physics upside down, both in the infinitely large and infinitely small. So most of history up into here is the same. Continuing Poincaré's work, he just establishes a relationship between space and time, between mass and energy, and also the beginning of the mastery of nuclear energy, or for better or for worse. I'm going to pass on Einstein to the state of science. There could be a big technologically boom in the 20th century. You come from the future. Evidence you give him all the physics built on his work for more than a century. These results stimulate him, and he discovers the new theories of even more breathtaking, upsetting the history of mankind. Consequences. Positive 4,350. Okay, we have these three: Magellan, French Revolution, and telephone could be possibilities for the next thing. Einstein finalized, so nothing much changes until 1905. where Einstein finalizes the theory of everything, explaining all the physical laws. Creation of portable nuclear fusion weapons capable of devastating entire cities. First World War, assisted by tanks generating mini black holes, devastates Europe. Discovery of fractal world, a habitable world superimposed on our reality. I don't know what that is. International pact concerning the exploration of the fractal world. Colonization of Quantica, the first quantum world, 1939. So we just passed space colonization and all together and went straight to another dimension in the 1920s. Colonization of Quantica. Oh yeah, I said that. Discovery of the theory of alteration, where it's possible to modify the physical laws. War on Quantica between America and Russia. Emergence of the quantum gods. So internet, ARPANET. Quantum gods enter the world and transcendence of humanity. World ends in 1978. American. Okay. 5 in advance years. Okay, so nothing much changes again till... Oh. Yeah, after the last timeline. Emergence of quantum gods. So, before end of humanity. Beginning of Web 2.0 in 1905. 1970, internet represents 30% of the world economy. Yeah, end of mankind. Not very good. I'm going to do another quick one. I was practicing recording this before, and I actually got a pretty good one. Where that didn't involve nuclear war or quantum annihilation or anything. Rise of Greek civilization. First Greek cities, rise of civilization. That their works will have an echo in millennia to come. Democracy that integrated slavery, that suffered internal wars and tried to extend beyond its borders. Discouraged slavery. Greek democracy frees all slaves in 461 or 461 BC, weakening the country but permanently changing the fate of millions of humans. So I had some positive karma here, almost 2000. Greek democracy begins to shine on the world. Pericles abolished slavery. Alexander the Great founds New Athens. Where's New Athens? Because this is after Athens. Collapse of Greek civilization. Africa colonizes North America. Haiti acquires its independence, and the Yoruba Empire unites nations of Africa. Don't know, should I do the Einstein one again, or does it involve steam engine? I don't know, last time I had to do with the Industrial Revolution, I think I did this one, but it wasn't the same question. So if I discourage it... Oh... Nope. Yeah, not much changed. Or at least in total score. Normally I would, encourage advancement and stuff. But the last time I did that, there were slave states and prison states and, I don't know. Humanity abandoned its work on the steam engine, reinstating serfdom. Same thing that happened when I empowered the Industrial Revolution. It also did serfdom and feudalism. Horse-drawn trains. So yeah, because there's no... So there might not even need to be tracks. It could be wagons and stuff. I don't know. Like the road trains of... Like in Australia, like your semi-truck... Like, the lengths of those are ridiculous in some parts of the world. Invention of the visograph. Oh, yeah. So it's a bit more primitive here. Sound mail, a disc reproducing the world sent by mail. What's that? Discovery of electromagnetic waves. First glider launched from an alpine mountain. Einstein's photoelectricity effect allows the discovery of electricity. Invention of solar panels. Pollution levels are perfectly under control. Expectancy increases to 90 years. Iron Age. I did Secret of Steel last time, so I'm going to click the other option. Karma went up a bit? Or is it around the same? Well, a bit, because it's from 1,900 to... Okay. Alexander the Great pushed back to Babylon. Discovery use of iron is in 1091. Okay, I don't know. Not much to change here. So, yeah, that will be it for this episode for now. Here's the link in the description to it. It's kind of an interesting thing to look at. I don't know if I'm going to do another one or if I'm just going to do these by myself. But anyway, that'll be it for today. See you next time I do something.